What up, y'all? Back again. Tonight, I just wanted to go over why does the narcissist expect that you'll be waiting when they come back? How about that one? Ask yourself that question. All right, so this is the deal. So they've been doing this their whole life. So they've already been gauging this from person to person since they were probably teenagers. They've been doing well, fitting each mask specifically for you. They've done their research, pre-love bomb phase. So they're already like coming on with the mask prep, dressed just the right way, the way you like them, where they feel you would like them from your background and the traits and everything that they've learned about you, where you come from, what you live in, what your style is. So they've already kind of prepared. So this is the deal. When they come in, well, first of all, they're usually looking for certain things, or they like certain things. Usually it's some traits that you have that they can acquire and use and put on and use to get new source supply, or just use just to, to class them up, so that they can kind of feel normal. Stealing your energy and your traits and, your values and your mannerisms. That's what they do. But usually there's something monetary involved. A lot of times what you'll find, they find out about your assets and things like that. So anyway, those are usually the original things. And then sometimes, though, this is my point, sometimes they come in because you're too happy and they feel like that they need to teach you a lesson, because they really hate us, generally speaking. They're not really going out with you at all because they love you. And they're flip-flop from us, so don't even try to understand it. Just know that's what it is. But that's really the pathology. They truly, really hate you because they're envious, and that envy just continues to it's boiling over. And that's what it is. When they meet you, it's like they like you, but that, they're envious of you because they don't have that. And they really can't get it, but they think they can. So they kind of steal it and use it and wear it for a time. But it fades off them when you guys detach, and when you start mirroring them back to themselves. That's part of the reason why you're going into devalue discard mode, when you start mirroring back to them, but also because they can't handle what they look like. So they expect you to be waiting on them because they've been doing this for so long, and they go far beyond, far above any other person you've ever dated in the love bomb phase. Now tell me you haven't seen that or caught that. That's why you're like, they get you addicted. Okay. But they also, what they do is they ask you about a lot of your other relationships. So and then they can fill in those holes. And that's the thing. They make you feel extra special. And they have the ability to put you high on this pedestal, and you haven't experienced it before, but you won't stay there. Okay, so they go high above. They go 2 to 3 steps above anyone else that you've ever been with. And that's why you're always like, where have you been my whole life? But really, it's kind of like what somebody said, it's like a down payment, because they're only going to do that for a short time, but then they're going to expect you to come to be. So they always say they the ones that pay up front, you pay at the end in every cycle. They love bomb in the beginning, and then they love to devalue and discard you and ghost you at the end. And that's where they get all their goods. Of course, we would think that would be negative. Again, they're flip-flop. So for them, they love that because it builds them up if it breaks you down. That's why you could never be in a relationship with one, because you're constantly going like this. And that's how it works. You come up, they go down. You go down, they come up, energy-wise, vibration. So you're like, they're giving you the down payment, but also you're going to come back cycle after cycle after cycle. So it's really a good investment for them. But anyway, so they always talk about the first impressions. And, think about it, y'all, because first impressions are huge. And I've heard it several times. That's part of the seduction, is that they have to be perfect during first impressions. And mine had said it several times in the beginning. that, you know, because they want to meet your family too, because they want to marry you quick. So they want to put it, they keep talking about the first impression, first impression, first impression. But they talk about it with you as well. And depending on how much they like you, they will be willing to go a little farther than normal, but eventually they're going to sabotage it. So what they also do is when they put you on that high pedestal, and what they're doing is they're making you feel a way you've never felt before. You start feeling like, wow, this is great. I feel whole for 1 minute. It feels great for like a day. But that's like a big deal. And it gives you these new feelings, these new, what somebody said, appetites. But it's and you want those to stick around. But you know, unfortunately, a lot of that's fantasy. It's not reality. That's why you got to stick to reality. That's why even the love bomb phase is negative. I mean, well, because they're getting you attached to them, but you would think it would be like lovey, you know, like it feels good, but it's not good, because that's where they give you the highs. And then the devalue discard, boom, way down here. So you want to really do everything level. I mean, you're going to have a little bit of a high in a normal relationship, but not to the level of what they call idolization. That's like you're their idol for a little while. So they give you new appetites, new feelings, okay? And then, you know, what happens when you crave that later, where you have been whole, you know, for the first time in your whole life, they make you feel that way. And so you were lacking before, and they find out where you were lacking, and they plug those holes and make you feel completely great. And that's what they do. That's why they ask you a lot of questions. In the beginning, part of it is for the love bomb, so they can make you feel excellent, and they can fill in exactly what you're looking for in a woman. And for a woman, it would be the man. So in intensity, high addiction, there's the highs and the lows. You know, of course, it messes with your endocrine system, but it makes you feel extra loved, extra attention. You feel awesome, you know, and you feel like they're willing to accept you any way, just the way that you are, you know. They want to know how you were treated in the past, so they can fill in those holes and gaps that you would have enjoyed in the past, but that person neglected to do that. And that's what they end up kind of getting into with you, a dialogue, asking you questions. In fact, the deepest thinking that the narcissist does is when they're kind of doing dialogue, when they're trying to data mine you. So then they find out where you were missing love. And so they'll do all the things the other person did, plus they'll plug in. That's where your chinks in your armor are as well, and your energy leaks, you know, so you want to fix those things. And you don't want to tell somebody too much. You want to have a little intrigue too, you know. That's why you like the narcissist to some degree, because they got intrigue, because they didn't tell you nothing. But no, you know, they know what they're doing. So because they size you up before, they look for people that, you know, they have a forte. I think each narcissist has a forte, like a certain type, you know, that they can, not a type as far, it could be man, woman, or old man, young man. It doesn't matter, that part. But I mean, the style of the personality or the chinks that in the armor that people have that they're looking for, because they can fix those good. You know, it's kind of like, you know, it's just, you know, something you're good at. So, so anyway, it's a heavy situation though, man. They put it on strong, and then they pull it all back. They just like pull the rug out from under you, and then you're just like, what happened? What happened? They take everything away now, and then you think they're your soulmate. You're their soulmate, and then you just want to fix it. Then you just want to, you know, you're in shock while it ends. And you're like kind of flipping out. You're like, when they leave you, they ghost you. You have no closure. Apparently, you know, you're addicted to them. You don't even know it. You don't even know you can get addicted to them. You know, it's so special. And so that what they're doing is they're bending you, and then they're trying to break you. They want to break you so that to some degree, you're going to have a real low self-esteem, and you're going to be needy to them so that they'll feel like they'll never be abandoned. Whether they come or go, you're going to accept them. And also so that you have absolutely no boundaries and you accept them. So they could do anything. They'll have free will to be independent, but, you know, of course, they're extremely codependent. So this is what they try to build in you, which is no boundaries. They have to do nothing for you but just exist. And then you being needy and codependent to them and letting them just run rampant. And so that's what they're trying to do, because, I mean, in the end, they're trying to destroy you, really. At the end, I mean, really, that's kind of the idea. It's either destroy you or break you down to where you'll always be supply for them. Either one will be fine for them. So they treat you like, I think they treat you like they were treated in childhood to some degree. And then you also become their parent because you're like their caregiver now. If you're their primary caregiver, your primary source of supply, that's what you become. And so there's, you know, you can't have any sympathy for people like this. You have to put your empathy and sympathy away, because these people are malicious, man, and malevolent. And the way that they build this thing, they want you to have no boundaries. You're addicted now. You know, they form this addiction unbeknownst to you. You didn't even know you could get addicted to a person, to a human being. You just thought it was all just, you know, somebody doing drugs gets addicted. Yeah, you watch it on TV, you see it sometimes, but it's like, that's it, right? But then they leave and, you know, you think you're cool, but then you start feeling like you need a hit, you know, from them. That's from that endocrine system. So you just need to reevaluate. You know, they want no boundaries. And then you can't let them go. You don't want to lose them. Then there's the power and control that they have all over you. And you're like trying to figure out what to do here, you know. You just want them back. You know, everything good the narcissist does, man, is involved with the narcissist. They don't do anything good, but anything involved with the narcissist ends up being damaged and destroyed in the end. They sabotage themselves. You know, they leave you undone. You know, it's like that. And then they have the future faking go on. You get married, or you're supposed to get married. You're going to have a kid, or you're going to, whatever, buy a house, whatever you're going to do. Their future faking's huge. They bought tickets for a trip. That's what mine did. And then discarded me. It was like probably never done. Anyway, but that's kind of what they do. And you're just totally destroyed. You just feel like if you can get them to stop, man, if you could just get them to stop doing the bad things, then we'd be okay. So, you know, you kind of like want to try to compensate and overcompensate. This is where you start breadcrumbing, or they're breadcrumbing you. Even though they're gone, they'll be triangulating you, maybe connect with you once in a while. And then eventually down the road, then you feel like you got to prove to them that you're like the best choice. Like for a while, you start getting involved in triangulation a little bit. It's stupid. But then, you know, that's not what you're supposed to do. But so then they reemerge, man. They pop up on you, and it's like they act like nothing happened. Nothing, like almost like you never broke up, or, you know, they kind of, how you doing, you know, several months later, probably after they destroyed the other one, the next source of supply. But I always suggest don't look into their eyes. I noticed that when I look into the narcissist's eyes, that I feel like that pieces of that trauma bond come back. That's why pictures are no good, you know. So I always say that most people stay stuck. That's the thing, after they leave you, and then they know you're damaged. They know you're scarred up, and you don't even want to date after. You just want them back, and that's what they're doing. They know that this is what happens, so they discard you and then come back, and you're like, you accept it. No way, man. You can't accept that. No. You know what revenge is to a lot of people, is to just say no, and to be on your own and to heal, because that's really the best thing. Because when you say no to them, they don't expect that. They're not used to that. And, you know, you need to just, you know, get the knowledge, learn, heal, learn about narcissism, heal, and then move on, you know. You know, it's just watch out for people that they show too much love in the beginning sometimes. You know, that usually means they want something out of you. When they're too nice to you, when it seems like it's too good to be true, it's never true. Okay, and keep an eye on the energy that they bring and the energies around you and anybody that you're around. It could be friendships even. But we're talking about the relationship now. So if there's like rumors of them, because I've noticed this too, sometimes there's rumors about the person. You want to give them benefit of the doubt. Nobody gets the benefit of the doubt anymore after these narcissist wake ups. Okay, rumors are usually true. So if you hear rumors, I would just end it before it even gets started. Nobody gets second chances. Nobody gets the benefit of the doubt. You have no mercy. They have no mercy on you. So you need to not have any sympathy and mercy for them. You know, they just build a new mask for the next person. And then they don't even let it bother them half the time. All the crap they did in the past, they got a new mask, so it's a new them. So I don't know, man. Y'all, that's why. But heal, recover, leave them. You know, if you desire them, you're probably trauma bonded. I know it's difficult, but wait it out. It'll dissipate. You know, try to switch your energy and do new things. Meditate, be still. And if you rest that brain, that mind, and do some exercise and things and read, it'll dissipate and your truth, inner thoughts will come back to you and you'll be better than ever. And you'll laugh at this later on down the road. I hope so anyway. I love y'all, but don't give up on life and don't seclude and isolate yourself forever. That's what they want you to do too, whether they're with you or not. Isolate for a time, but don't jail yourself up for the rest of your life. You know, you just build good boundaries and then you go back out there, you know, later on. So till next time, y'all, soldier up. Peace, we out.